Namaskar, welcome to our channel Preparation Pulse IAS. Again, today we are back with the few topics. The first topic is oceans have a fever, that is related to GS1. Heat, aridity and forest fires in Nilgiris. What is causing this? What can be the consequences, etc. We will be talking about it in GS1. Philippines gets United States support. It is covered under GS2. You can utilize this particular part in GS2. Then comes house term and pole schedule. That is also a part of the GS2 syllabus. Why little stress is needed? Part of ethics. You see, in ethics actually the questions are asked like what is stress, how you can utilize it, whether civil servants or any kind of person in public authority or private person, if do they require to have stress or not, etc. So we will be talking about it. Now we start. What are the fever phenomena in oceans? You see, average sea surface temperatures in February, according to a record, has reached new high. Close to 21.06 degrees centigrade is the temperature right now. So in February, this was recorded, and this is the highest level that has been seen after 1979 of the climate change actually data that has started being recorded. So what is this? Now we are saying that sea surface means, you see, this is a particular ocean in which there is a stratification. The bottom parts actually have the lesser temperature, while the upper part or the near to the surface are little warmer compared to the bottom part. What happens is, and basically the ocean phenomena is also like this one, that the nutrients, those sit at the bottom, they start rising, and the water at the top actually, because of the high surface temperatures, because of the low density, that start to sink in. So what happens? There is an intermixing. Intermixing of water also allows the nutrients to flow upside. So once the nutrient flow upside, then the phytoplankton etc. always get actually nutritious food etc. Second thing is also, whenever the sea surface temperatures are controlled by this phenomena where the temperature profile go down and the colder things actually come upstairs or up on the oceans, then because of the intermixing of water, sea surface temperature remains at a particular level, which are quite well for the aquatic or quite comparative for the aquatic life. So what are the reasons behind it? So in GS1 you can be asked questions like this one, that recently ocean has seen phenomena regarding fever. What do you see that the reasons are, and what will be the consequences? So you can say that first of all, the greenhouse gas emissions and the human related activities. Because of the greenhouse gas emissions, the trapping of the carbon dioxide and other greenhouse gas are increasing the sea surface temperatures. Number 2 is rise in the ocean temperature is because of the El Nino also. You must have seen that 2023 and in 2024 is because of the El Nino as well. So El Nino event developed fully and it remains unusually high, and you know that in El Nino period the Pacific Ocean etc. remain abnormally high. There is also less dust. You see, in Saharan Africa there is a desert, and that desert, because of the constant wind etc., the dust rises and settles near to the Atlantic Ocean or above the Atlantic Ocean. But because of this time there is a weaker than anticipated dust that is settling, so this Atlantic Ocean actually has got lesser cover, and because of this the sea surface temperature also started rising. Yet another factor in the drop of amount of the sulfur also. You see, sulfur is there is a sulfur dioxide. What does it do? It actually leads to the creation of sulfate aerosols in the atmosphere, and it acts like as a cloud. It prevents solar radiation from reaching the ocean surface. Because of the sulfur actually was banned in 2020 to reduce sulfur dioxide emissions, and because of this there is a reduced amount of the sulfur also that is reaching the oceans, and that is one of the reason why the cloud formation is not happening, because of the sulfur aerosol, and the cover over oceans that could have reduced the amount of temperature is right now lesser. So this is another phenomena. So what are the consequences? So higher sea surface temperature can have irreversible consequences. One thing I told you, that the intermixing of water can stop, because of that the phytoplankton actually can get affected. Even it can affect the marine ecosystem life also, because the CO2 that is at the sea surface that sinks to the bottom, there may be certain times actually that it does not do. So when it does not do, the marine aquatic system at the bottom of the sea can get affected. So that is the second issue. Another is because of the warmer ocean, there is a rise in the marine heat waves. You see, there is a plain heat wave and there is a marine heat waves. So marine heat waves arise because of the rise in the sea surface temperatures, and because of the marine heat waves, which causes when the surface temperature of particular region of the sea rises by 3 to 4 degrees Celsius above the main surface. Between 1982 and 2016, such heat waves have doubled in frequency and have become longer and more intense, according to 2021 study by United Nations Intergovernmental Panel on Climate Change. MHWs contribute to coral bleaching also. What is MHW? Marine heat waves. So marine heat waves actually lead to coral bleaching. You also see that, what is coral bleaching? Corals are very sensitive to the temperature, and because of the temperature they discharge the algae. If there are high in temperature, they discharge the algae, and because of the discharges they start looking like white, and that become a phenomena which is known as the coral bleaching. Fish kills also happen because of this, because fish kills is sudden and unexpected death of many fish or other aquatic animals over a short period of time is particularly attributed to marine heat waves. Such heat waves impact the migration pattern of aquatic animals also. You may know that the migratory animals, certain times they remain at a particular geography. After in a season change, they migrate to other systems. Because of they migrate to other systems, so wherever they were living, the fish ecosystem etc. started rising, and once they come back they can utilize it, and there the surface actually which they leave, there again the fishing ecosystem started rising. So when the migratory aspect of the aquacies actually has started getting impacted, that can also create the imbalances in the fish ecosystem. So these are the consequences which are associated with the oceans having a higher temperatures and how it can impact the local ecology. Second topic regarding heat aridity in the Nilgiris. You see, in India, according to our India State Forest Report biennial, that is published biennially by Forest Survey of India under the Ministry of Environment and Forest, in 2019 report it said that close to 36% of India's forest cover is prone to frequent fires. In that, around 4% of the forest cover is extremely prone to fire, and another 6% was very highly prone to the fires. Globally, around 3% of the total global area, around 98 million hectares of the forest are affected by the fires, and that too in the tropical regions. So that is the data of forest fires around the globe and in our country. But comparatively northern India, the southern Indian forest actually receive lesser forest, or there is a less forest fire that is caused in the southern India. According to Forest Survey of India, several fire break out in the dry deciduous. In India, the dry deciduous forest, wherever these are found, whether in the jungles of Rajasthan or in the northeastern states etc. So dry deciduous forests are more prone to fire, while evergreen, semi-evergreen forest and even mountain forests are less prone to fires because of the humidity levels and lesser drought in those areas. So right now the Nilgiris are actually facing the issue. Forest, according to us, forest fire situation has been like highest number of forest fire has been reported in Mizoram, Manipur, Assam, Meghalaya and Maharashtra, that ranges between 3,700 to 1,200 between highest ranking state and the Maharashtra. So satellite data actually shows that Konkan belt in Maharashtra, southern coastal in Gujarat along Gir and Somnath, Porbandar, southern Rajasthan and adjoining southern western districts of Madhya Pradesh etc. are also affected because of this. So are forest fire in South India unusual? Yes, it is unusual because as I told you, the forest fires, dry deciduous forests are more prone, while evergreen and semi-evergreen forest and mountain forest are lesser prone. And in southern India, these forests are found in major quantities, while dry deciduous forests are lesser. That's why, because of the vegetation type, southern India actually southern India is lesser affected by the forest fire episodes. So what are the reasons for fire this year? Fires are man-made because of the natural, and one reason is man-made, another is natural cause. A majority of the forest fires are a result of the human carelessness, like discarded cigarettes, campfires, burning of debris and other similar processes. Natural causes are like lighting. Forest fire need a conducive atmosphere also. Hot and dry temperatures and high tree density are some of the factors that also help in the spread of the forest fire, and Nilgiris are right now becoming a perfect medium for that. So there is high aridity and above normal day temperature, clear sky condition and calm winds are also affecting the particular wind fire episode in Nilgiris areas. So this is the reason and what are the consequences of it. Now we turn into the Blinken episode. Blinken means, you see, China and the USA and Philippines role in South China Sea. China and Philippines are right now fighting over the island issue in South China Sea. And as you know, there is a treaty of mutual defense between United States and Philippines, and to do this, what the United States does is, because of the defense mutual treaty, now US is saying that we are ready to give, or we are giving an ironclad commitment to help defend the Philippines in case an armed attack against its forces is done by Chinese. You must have seen that before some days, Chinese and Filipino Coast Guard in a disputed South China Sea recently turned more hostile and there were disputes. So Mr. Blinken, who is a Secretary of State is close to our, Minister of External Affairs. It is comparable post there. So he was on a visit to Manila, that is the Philippines capital, and there he said that our friendship with Philippines is on a strong wicket and we are giving ironclad commitment, and we are also renewing our commitments under 1951 Mutual Defense Treaty to help defend Manila, or Philippines, its territories in South China Sea. This can be one of the thing. Another is they are saying that freedom of navigation we want to ensure in this particular area also. Second report about the foreign relation is UN report, and it says that Israel may be using starvation as a weapon of war. It is saying that famine and the hunger is affecting close to 300,000 people in Gaza's war-battered north by May, and it can be a big human catastrophe. The humanitarian cost of a war, or the people actually who are either innocent, they do not have anything to do with the war, are now getting the burnt of whatever has been done by some sort of extremist elements in that particular territory. So whenever you are writing about a war, you should also write that there are humanitarian concerns in which either dignity of women are being violated, or hunger or famine is getting affected, is affecting close to 300,000 people by May. So this is one of the costs that is attached apart from direct economic and indirect economic effects. Now comes another topic, that is House term and poll schedule. You must have seen that in under Article 172, every legislative assembly of a state, unless sooner dissolved, shall continue for 5 years from the date appointed for the first meeting. The same process is in Article 83(2), where House of the People, that is Lok Sabha, unless sooner dissolved, shall continue for 5 years from the date appointed for the first meeting, and no longer in the expiration of the said period for 5 years. So what is the thing? That assemblies and the Lok Sabha will remain in operation for close to 5 years for 5 years since the time they held their first meeting, and that happens when there are normal situations. So suppose say there are not normal situation and emergency problems, or emergency has been in operation, or some other natural hazard, etc. Some other national issues, etc., where the central government feels necessary to take the administration of a particular state into their own hand. That time either the the schedule of these can be increased, or the term can be increased, or other precedent rule, etc., can be imposed. So you must have seen the date of counting for assembly election in Arunachal and Sikkim has been advanced, and that too by 2 days, to make sure that the terms of their existing houses don't end before the election process is complete. That is what the election commission has decided to do. So this you can relate to your answers into this particular thing, where Article 172 and Article 82(3) is now into picture. We now come on to the fifth topic, that is stress. You see, in ethics, we talk about stress, mental health, physical health, and the health of the civil servant and the public people who have been serving the people. Why the mental health is necessary and an important part for making sure that they deal with daily challenges. Whenever we talk about it, you see, whenever we say that what is stress, first of all the question can be asked like, what is stress? So you can tell that stress is a particular phenomena in which a person feels burdened and there are a short of resources to deal with that emotional outburst. That burden can be because of the daily work or maybe family situations, and in which a person is not intelligent enough to know what is his emotions and how he can identify and sort out all those trouble by himself. Certain times the stress is also caused because of the death situation by near and dear ones also, and as I told you, it can happen because of the workload. Now all those stress which is happening because of the workload or adversities etc can be even beneficial when it is held in the lesser quantities. So research say that actually the stress in limited quantity is necessary because of number one, it requires a particular response from your body, and the kind of response that you give actually make you more resistive to that particular phenomena. It not only improves your resistive power but also gives signal to your brain that this is how you can fight rather than fear and go away. It also makes us prepare to fight the particular challenges which can arise in future also. We should learn how to fight the stress rather than dealing with either running away or trying to run away from the problem. Those people, those are in the hard position, they learn and they try to actually show the strength in which in hard situations they can always cope up with these kind of issues. It can also be beneficial for health also because of researchers say that stress also improves the immunity levels. In hard times, even you also get to know what are your family relations, and who is giving you help in those situations. So you get to know which person is helping you in those circumstances, which person is only for taking the situational advantages. So you get to know all those peoples also. So that's why they say that little stress is necessary. Now they said that how to deal with stress. So one terminology you must have understood, that what is emotional intelligence. Emotional intelligence is when you use your emotion in an intelligent manner. Once you are aware that what your emotions are, once you are aware that your emotions can be turned into your advantage by knowing your emotions and the other party's emotions in which you are trying to deal to, so the emotional intelligence can help us to come over the stressful situations. Even the meditation and the yoga situation also can help you. If you practice meditation and yoga on a daily basis, then it can also handle your stress well. Even certain times when you are engaged in a particular work, then also it can be helpful. Even changing your mindset towards some other issues also can be helpful to deal with the stress. So stress situation can be dealt into this manner. Taking the extreme steps into particular category can also be fatal, and that's why he say that middle path also always is one actually which removes the stress factors. Middle path in which we avoid extremes and we remain concentrated on neither happiness nor sorrow but remain particularly on a particular practical situation can always help to deal with this stress situation. So whenever you are writing an ethics answer, you first of all tell that yes, this is the definition of stress, these are the reasons, and this is how we can utilize it. Better to utilize ethics terminologies also, that is like emotional intelligence. So these can help you, and the family relations or the way of socialization in our family and the society that we always deal with in the SS syllabus. So these were the topics in today's lecture. If you need to give any feedback or whichever topic that you desire that we should include in our videos, you can always write back to us. Please like and share also. It can be beneficial for us to even give further strength. For more such videos, you can like the button and subscribe the channel. Thank you.